Swiggity swag, what's the bag? Jay here, bringing you guys some more Pokemon Sun and Moon news. And yes, I know I am incredibly late when it comes to this news. The reason being is because I had to record my UCL battle this morning, early this morning, and then right afterwards I had to go do apartment hunting and fill out applications and things like that. And so basically I was busy all day long. Like, I didn't eat anything until like just now, and it's 5 o'clock, and that's crazy. I had myself a Pop-Tart, but I got my energy and I'm here ready to talk about this trailer for you guys, because we got a lot of stuff in this trailer. And when I say a lot of stuff, I mean we got a bunch of Pokemon evolutions in this trailer. We already knew about Silvally, we already knew about Jangmo-O's evolutions, and we also knew about Alolan Grimer, but we also have Bounsweet's evolutions, Cutiefly's evolution, and also Alolan Grimer's evolution, which is Alolan Muck. And we also have information on 2 new trainers in the region as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and go over all this with you guys and give you guys my thoughts on everything. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys do, please do not forget to hit the like button down below to show your support. Leave a comment down below as well as to what you guys think of all this stuff. Are you going to use any of these Pokemon or anything like that? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoy the content here on the channel and like to see more from me, hit the subscribe button as well. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into this video. So the trailer starts off with talking about Type Null and how Type Null evolves into Silvally. And we already knew this because of the Coral scans that were leaked like earlier this week, which was pretty much like yesterday, I think. So there was that. But it is the synthetic Pokemon Silvally. It is a normal type with the ability RKS system. Now, before we start reading about this Pokemon, a lot of people were talking about its ability. A lot of people were saying that its ability name is like a play on Arceus or Arceus, however you want to, or Arceus, however you want to pronounce Arceus. It's like a play on that Pokemon, and it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Why? Because its ability is essentially multi-type, which is what Arceus has, and this thing is pretty much a baby Arceus. It's pretty much trying to be Arceus. It changes type based on what item it's holding, and its attack multi-attack changes type based on what type it is. So that is exactly what Arceus does. So I can see why people are saying RKS system. The RKS is a pun on Arceus or Arceus or Arceus, however you want to pronounce the name. But anyways, it's a normal type. We already know a lot about this Pokemon, but let's go ahead and read up on it though. When Type Null gains a partner it can trust, it deliberately destroys the restraining device it wears. Once released from the heavy mask, the Pokemon's speed increases substantially. So that's what I said. I said that yesterday, I do believe. I was like, well, I feel like Silvally, or the Japanese name of this Pokemon, I said that this Pokemon was going to get a speed increase because the helmet was supposed to restrict Type Null's speed. It restricted Type Null speed because it was so heavy. So because it doesn't have the helmet anymore, this thing is going to be way fast. It's going to be super fast. So the Pokemon gains speed. This is cool. Free from the restraining effects of its mask, Silvally's senses are heightened and it reverts to its natural temperament. It has a wild nature, but it will obey a trainer that it trusts. Now, obviously, Gladion is probably going to be using this against us in Sun and Moon, and I am not looking forward to that because this thing is going to probably punch holes through teams depending on how strong it is. I mean, this is like let's think about it for a second. Type Null was created to battle Pokemon that are thought of like in mythology. What Pokemon are like mythological though? Legendaries. So this thing was built to take on legendaries, and now it evolves and get a speed increase? Bruh, crazy. Anyways, and to protect that trainer from danger, it will put its own life on the line. Silvally is said to have been created to oppose a threat. See, there you go. Silvally is said to have been created to oppose a threat. What possible threat could spur the creation of this Pokemon? What, Ultra Beast? Arceus? I have no clue. It's crazy. By inserting exclusive items into the drive on Silvally's head, its RKS system can be activated, causing Silvally's somatic cells to mutate and glow. The RKS system enables it to change its type, and its cells glow with different colors of light depending on its type. Literally Arceus. This is literally Arceus. Silvally's ability is called the Arceus System ability, which no previous Pokemon has ever had. By having Silvally hold items that correspond to each Pokemon's type, it can change its own type. Multi-attack is a move that only Silvally can learn, and this move's type changes based on which type related item Silvally is holding. So, like I said, it's basically a baby Arceus. That's all I can see this thing as. Now, with that being said, this thing is cool. I like it. You know, it's kind of funny too how it's an evolution of type Null, but the only part of the body that actually changes is its head. And then even then, with, you know, its only body part changing is the head, the only thing that really happens is that the helmet comes off. That's really all it is, but it becomes a completely different Pokemon once the helmet comes off though. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? Like, it becomes a completely different Pokemon once the helmet is off. Like, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So I like it. I really do like it. I cannot wait to see this thing in Sun and Moon. I don't know how it's going to play a part in the story outside of Gladion. But I really do hope I hope we get to fight it, but I'm not looking forward to it. But I don't know. It's just going to be really cool to see. This thing is probably going to have a base speed of like 120 or something like that. Oh boy, I am not looking forward to seeing that. I'm not looking forward to trying to battle it. But hey, I want to see it in Sun and Moon though. I really want to see it. I might actually end up using one if we're able to catch a type Null. I don't think we're, you know, now that I think about it, we're probably not going to be able to catch a type Null. If anything, the way we get type Null is probably going to be from Gladion. We probably might get Gladion's type Null or something like that, and then we'll be able to evolve it into Silvally or something like that maybe, or something like that, because I don't really see them making multiple type Nulls. There's no possible way you can just find this thing out in the wild. There's no way, because it, like, again, type Null it's a synthetic Pokemon. So I don't really think that we're gonna be able to catch this thing in the wild. I really don't think so. Like, I think Gladion's gonna have like the only one in the game. So there's that. But anyways, that is enough about Silvally. Let's go ahead and talk about some more Pokemon. So we also have information about Jangmo-O's evolutions, which we already saw that in the Korakoro as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the evolutions. So we have Hakamo-O. Is it Hakamo-O? Hakamo-O. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either like Hakamo-O or it's like Hakamo-O or something like that. I don't know. I want to say Hakamo-O? I don't know. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm just really bad at pronouncing Pokemon names today, boy. I tell you what. Anyways, it is the scaly Pokemon. It is dragon fighting with the abilities bulletproof and soundproof. So yes, it does keep the abilities from when it was Jangmo-O. So when a Jangmo-O evolves into Hakamo-O or whatever, it breaks from its fellows and begins to live on its own to train itself. Wherever it can find Pokemon to battle against, it seems to appear. Hakamo-O dances before battle to show its strength, clanging its scales together to make them ring out. When this dance reaches its climax, Hakamo-O bellows a fierce war cry to challenge its opponent. Its scales make for fine armor, so Hakamo-O doesn't worry about self-defense as it makes multitudes of strikes and overwhelms its opponents. But as a result, its scales often become damaged and get torn off. Yikes! They grow back immediately, so this does not cause Hakamo-O undue concern. Oh, okay. In fact, it views the number of lost scales as proof of how ferociously it has fought, and it brandishes its bare arms in a boast of victory. This thing is a savage. Jeez, it does not care if the scales gets ripped off. It does not care because they grow back immediately and they're like, yeah, my scales got ripped off. I don't care because I'm a boss, because I'm a beast. Like, seriously, what is this? This thing is terrifying. Just reading, excuse me, just reading that description, this thing is a monster. Like, I don't know. People were saying this is the pseudo of the region. Other people saying it's not the pseudo of the region. I don't even know. This thing sounds like a pseudo, to be completely honest with you. It just sounds like a pseudo legendary Pokemon, but I have no clue. I can definitely see that this thing is gonna be really, really strong. But I like it though. I like this one. So let's go ahead and move on to its evolution though. So the evolution Komodo is also the scaly Pokemon, dragon fighting, and it also has the abilities bulletproof and soundproof. So this thing. Now remember when I said like this thing has a lot going on. It has a lot of scales and it just has a lot going on with its design. So I didn't really know how to feel about it. I still really don't know how I feel about it when it comes to its design. Like I said, it has to grow on me. It has to grow on me. But let's go ahead and read up on this thing though. At the end of its harsh training, Komodo evolves into this overwhelmingly powerful form. It returns to the land of its birth, where it watches over the Jangmo from a distance. There is a legend that says Komodo is covered in glittering scales in order to drive away a great darkness covering the world. The reason these Pokemon seek out battle is to gain the power needed to defeat this darkness. Okay. When it detects someone approaching, this Pokemon rings the scales on its tail to announce its presence. It has no desire to battle against weak Pokemon. Komodo's greatest move is the uppercut. It swings its arms up from below in a punch of great skill and force, sending its foes flying into the sky. So I'm pretty sure this thing is going to learn Sky Uppercut. By raising its arms aloft, it can generate a force powerful enough to change the face of the surrounding landscape. Yikes. Changing scales is a move that only Komodo can learn. So I'm editing this after I recorded, and I just noticed that it said clanging scales instead of changing scales. I suck at reading. A lot of these Pokemon are getting really specific signature moves. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Like Komodo has a specific move. I think Oranguru has one as well. Silvally does, and then Bounsweet's evolution has one as well. It's crazy, dude. Let's see. It scrapes the scales covering its body against one another, attacking with a great clamor. After using this move, Komodo's defense is lowered. Okay, now I wonder, is changing scales, again, I meant clanging scales, was going to be a dragon move, because in the trailer it used it against a Garchomp and I heard the super effective noise, so maybe it's going to be a dragon move. I would assume it's a dragon move because this is a dragon Pokemon and it seemed like it was super effective against Garchomp. But just from reading this thing is a savage, dude. Like, the Jangmo line are just savages, bro. Like, I think that's why I want to use Jangmo in my Let's Play Pokemon Sun when I do that on the channel, because like it just sounds like a savage, and I love dragon types, dude. I really do. And this one, even though like I have to let the design grow on me, just the Pokemon itself, like it just feels like this thing is gonna tear holes in teams, and like that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Like I said, the design, it has to grow on me, but I do like the sheer power that is Komodo though. So I mentioned Bounsweet, you guys, and Bounsweet's evolutions have also been revealed in the trailer, so let's go ahead and talk about them. So the first one is Steenie? I want to say it's Steenie. It's either Stine or Steenie. I really don't know. I definitely need an anime to help me out with these pronunciations, because I'm just really bad at pronouncing Pokemon names. But it is the fruit Pokemon. It is a pure grass type. I really wish it was grass fairy, but it's not. So pure grass with Leaf Guard and Oblivious. So the calyx on Steenie's head is harder than Bounsweet's, so Steenie no longer worries about being stabbed by other Pokemon. Ooh, my gosh. As Bounsweet, this Pokemon may have preferred to run away from others, but now Steenie and other Pokemon can play together. Aww. Upon evolving, this Pokemon's fragrance becomes even more delectable, but it also gains a tomboy-like personality. What? Living together with one is quite the ordeal. As it moves around, it spins its calyx, striking nearby objects, but Steenie couldn't care less. Okay. Steenie unleashes, or Steenie, I'm gonna say Steenie. Steenie unleashes combo moves using the calyx on its head and its hard legs. Yes. First, it smacks opponents with the calyx on its head, and when the opponent flinches, it lands a whacking great kick. That usually does the trick. Okay, here we go with the rhyming lines, Pokemon. Anyways, design-wise, this thing is cute. It's adorable. I like it. Like, I like it. Bounsweet became thick. That's kind of strange, you know? Like, I don't really know. Like, that's really strange. I made a tweet earlier today on Twitter, and oh man, people were like, Jay, bro? And I'm like, what? Like, what? I don't see the problem with the tweet, bro. Like, this thing is thick. What am I supposed to say? Like, look at the hips, dude. Like, look at the hips. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a dress or if it's supposed to be hips, but they look like hips. And I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. It's a thick Pokemon, and the evolution of this thing. Whew, let's talk about the evolution of this thing, right? Oh, so the evolution of Steenie. Woo! So I want to say it's called Serena. I might be completely wrong because I feel like the T is silent. But I don't know. Anyways, it is also the fruit Pokemon. It is a grass type with the abilities Leaf Guard and Queenly Majesty. So just from the ability name, I feel like Bounsweet is gonna have it's gonna be like a 0 to 100% male female ratio. I feel like it's gonna be that, or it's gonna be something like, you know, I think Baneri is like 25% male, 75% female. So it might just end up being like this, or it could also be like a Combi situation where only female Bounsweets evolve and male ones don't evolve. I have no clue, but I feel like they would have mentioned something like that before. But anyways, looking at this design, can y'all understand why I said this thing is like thick, bro? Like, look at the legs, look at the hips, look, man. Like, I'm not crazy. Okay, I am not crazy. All right, I'm just saying, I am not crazy. Like, people were looking at me like I'm crazy. I am not crazy. This Pokemon, look at it, man. Like, my goodness. Like, my tweet made sense. Okay, my tweet made 100% sense. Okay, I do not care. Anyways, Serena has the nature of high-class nobility. Any Pokemon or human that approaches it with evil in mind will be punished forthwith. It even turns its fearsome glare upon its own trainer if the two of them are not fully in sync, or if its trainer orders it to use a move that would be ineffective. Only the strongest of Steenie are able to evolve. When this happens, the Steenie evolves with the blessing of other Steenie. It then uses the strength to protect the Bounsweet. So I don't know. I really don't know if there's gonna be a male to female ratio for this thing, like 50-50. I really do believe it's gonna be like 25-75 or 0-100, because, like, again, the ability Queenly Majesty, like, that ability just queen, like, I don't know, like a guy queen. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not okay, and I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that or whatever it is, but it's like it like Queenly Majesty, you know, queen. I don't know, man. Like, that's like queen is given to like a woman, right? I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. Anyways, Serena is a high kicking virtuoso. It has honed these skills beyond the level it achieved as a Steenie, and it attacks with graceful movements. At the same time, its fragrance mesmerizes its opponents, dealing them a secondary attack. Trop Kick is a move that only Serena can learn. It lowers an opponent's attack by showering it with blazing hot kicks in a style similar to that originating from tropical countries. It's said that this Pokemon loses its strength if touched on the crown-like protuberance on its head. Alright. Some Serena have the Queenly Majesty ability, which no other Pokemon has previously had. The effects of Queenly Majesty are so intimidating that it prevents opponents from using priority moves. So, Quick Attack, no. Aqua Jet, no. Extreme Speed, no. Protect? What? Wait, does that mean you can't use Protect on this thing? Bro, does that mean you can't use Protect? Because Protect has priority. It's like one of the highest priority moves in the game. So you can't use Protect? Now, with that being said, how does it affect Talonflame and Gale Wings though? Because the thing is that Gale Wings allows all the moves Talonflame use, or all the flying type moves Talonflame uses, to become priority. So does this stop priority Brave Bird? Because if it does, yo, that is kind of good. I mean, then at the same time though, why go for Brave Bird when you can just go for Flare Blitz or something like that, or Flame Charge, and body this thing anyway? So really, that doesn't matter. But I mean, if it does stop Gale Wings, that's really good. That is really, really good. But overall, I like this Pokemon. I don't know if I'm gonna use it in my LP. I like the design for all the wrong reasons. Oh my gosh, please. Okay, let's just move on to the next Pokemon, because this is awkward now. Let's move on to the next Pokemon. So the next Pokemon we've actually seen this Pokemon before. We saw it in one of the Japanese trailers for Sun and Moon, but it was unnamed. But we knew that it was an evolution to Cutiefly because it literally just looks like a bigger Cutiefly. So this thing is called Rabannebe, I think. It is the bee fly Pokemon. It is Bug Fairy with the abilities Honey Gather and Shield Dust. So Rabannebe collect flower nectar and pollen to make into balls known as pollen puffs. These serve as food, and what's more, they also can cause effects like paralysis or dizziness. Rabannebe may use puffs to strike their opponents during battles. Some of the pollen puffs that Rabannebe make also have relaxing effects or can relieve tiredness. These are distributed around the Alola region as high-priced supplements. Nice. Rabannebe hate getting rained on. They're covered with fluffy hairs that hold the pollen they've gathered, and the rain makes them wet and dirty. Alolan people know that if Rabannebe are busily visiting the fields of flowers, you can be sure that the fair weather will continue. So, nothing much to say about this Pokemon. Bug Fairy, that is an interesting type combination. I'm not sure if this thing is going to evolve again, but I feel like this is just one of those Pokemon that is just like, it's just a cute Pokemon. That's really about it. I really don't see this thing being super duper good and competitive. I don't really see this thing being competitively viable at all. But you know, it's another Pokemon to have in the deck. So you know, there it is. So let's move on to the Alolan forms now. So we have Alolan Grimer. We saw Alolan Grimer beforehand, but we didn't really know much about it outside of its typing. But it's the Sludge Pokemon. It is Poison Dark with the abilities Poison Touch and Gluttony, which I don't know if regular Grimer has that. I'm actually gonna look at that right now and see if Grimer has those normal abilities. So no, it has Sticky Hold and Stench. So it gets Poison Touch. It gets Poison Touch and Gluttony, so that's kind of cool. That's really cool. I'm not sure what the hidden ability of Grimer is, but I really don't too much care. But anyways, let's read up on Alola Grimer to see how it became this. So, when the population of the Alola region increased, dealing with their garbage became a serious problem. As a solution, Grimer were imported from other regions. They fed primarily on garbage, so their body composition changed, as did their form. What appear to be teeth in this Pokemon's mouth are in fact residual toxins from the garbage it eats, which have hardened and crystallized. Oh. Those aren't teeth. Okay. No method has been discovered to break down these crystals. Direct contact with them presents a danger. Yikes. Alolan Grimer is always eating garbage, but its constant hunger will cause it to begin eating other manufactured products if it runs out of garbage to feed on. There are more than 100 Alolan Grimer in Alola's garbage processing plants, and all of the garbage produced in the Alola region is taken for use as their food. So I think that's actually really cool. Not gonna lie, I think that's really cool. I think it's cool how they're bringing in these foreign Pokemon, and these foreign Pokemon are now changing to adapt to where they live at, and this is how we have Alolan forms. I like that. I think that's really, really cool, and I like the way that they brought in Grimer. They brought in Grimer to take care of the garbage problem because, you know, Grimer loved garbage, so they brought him in to take care of the garbage problem, and now we have Alolan Grimer, and they even use Alolan Grimers at garbage processing plants to take care of all the garbage. I think that's really cool. Honestly, the Alola region is sounding like a really good place right now, and I'm trying to move there, all I'm saying. But let's go ahead and read up on Alolan Muck as well. So it is also Poison Dark. It is a sludge Pokemon with the abilities Poison Touch and Gluttony. Now, Muck. I was not expecting Muck to become a freaking rainbow, but okay, Splatoon, okay, Color Splash, I see what you're doing. I really did not I'm expecting Muck to be green, okay? Not green, orange, yellow, blue. Well, there's no orange. Pink, orange. No, there's no orange, bro. What the? Jay, shut up. There's no orange. Yellow, blue, green, pink. There you go. I was not expecting this at all. So, Alolan Muck eats whatever is in reach without pausing, and if it feels the sharp pangs of hunger, it runs amok. Muck runs amok. Oh, only I laughed at that, right? right? Anyways, let's continue. It's thought that this voracious appetite stems from an inability to maintain its energy levels without a constant influx of toxins. Toxins have accumulated in Alolan Muck's body from its steady diet of various waste products and manufactured materials. This accumulation has brought about a chemical change, producing a new kind of toxin. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Alolan Muck has the same poisonous crystals as Alolan Grimer, but they're not limited to its mouth. They extend from all over the surface of its body. Alolan Muck uses them to attack, just like other Pokemon use their fangs or claws. And these highly toxic crystals are easily knocked loose, making them extraordinarily dangerous. Yikes! So that's why it has Poison Touch. Makes sense now. The Grimer and Muck in the Alola region produce and store their toxins within their bodies. So unlike the Grimer and Muck in other regions, you won't detect any unpleasant aromas when you draw near one. Oh, so they don't smell bad. Cool. So they don't smell bad. That is awesome. Yo! Why am I so excited about that? I don't know why I'm so damn excited about that, but that's awesome though. So you can have an Alolan Muck, and you can, well, actually, you know what sucks though? You can't hug Muck, because if you touch one of those crystals, you're practically dead. You're pretty much dead. So you can't hug your Muck, but you don't have to hold your nose around your Muck because your Muck doesn't smell bad. That's pretty dang on cool if I do say so myself. This thing is a rainbow. I don't know what to say. It's a rainbow. I like it. It's really cool. But that is Alolan Grimer and Alolan Muck, you guys. So we also have a little bit of information about the trainers in the Alola region. We got 2 new trainers, and the first one is one of the Kahunas, which is Olivia. Woo! Let's stop and just look at Olivia real quick, you guys. Like, bruh, is it time to change from 3D girls to 2D? Like, is it actually that time? I actually think it's that time because, bro, Olivia. Anyway, Olivia is the Kahuna of Akala Island, the second island you visit on your island challenge. Her skill is extraordinary, as can only be expected from someone chosen to serve as Kahuna at such a young age. But how old is she though? Like, I need a number, okay? I need a number. Yet, she still insists that she is just a normal girl. Oh my gosh, yo, please take me away from this video right now, dude. But anyways, I think she uses rock type Pokemon though, from what they said in the trailer. She looks really cool. I like her design a lot, like a lot. And yeah, she could catch the slong. Anyways, we're moving on to the next person. We have a new trial captain, Ilima, Ilima. There we go. We got Ilima, who is a normal type expert who graduated from the trainer school and is a hero to the students of the school. Now, a lot of people were saying that this person is pretty much gender neutral. I don't know if they're male or female or they're gender neutral, but you know, I mean, we saw them in the Coral scan, but we don't really know much about them. We still don't know that much about them. They're just a normal type expert. That's all we really know. But yeah, that's really all we know. So we have more than 4 trial captains. We have 5 now. There's probably going to be a few more trial captains, but we'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. And with that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, don't forget to hit the like button down below to show your support. Also, hit the like button if you think Olivia is bae and if Serena is super thick. Also, by the way, yes, do that. Hit the like button down below because, yeah, you know, support the cause. Support the cause. We eat Pokemon now. I'm just saying, in all the wrong ways. Anyways, leave a comment down below as to what you guys think of all this news, and if you enjoy the content here on the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I am a fool. Yeah.